Welcome back everyone to another awesome Joytoy review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Joytoy Mecha Depot watching section. This is done on 1/18 scale, and this is one of their first releases for their new modular playsets. So this is the packaging that it comes in. It's pretty nice packaging. I'll tell you what, this is a pretty heavy piece. The front here we have the display. It's done in I love this yellow color. It's fantastic. You see the picture of the actual playset that you get in the box, and there's the scale, the name of the actual set, because there's going to be multiple sets of these. Joytoy logo here on top right. On the side, this is a cardboard box. This is done in a saran wrap on both sides. The top has just the name of the playset. Looks great. It's wrapped in a plastic wrap. Looks really, really cool. Here on the back of the packaging, we have the 1/18 scale Mecha Depot. We have some product shots here. A product shot with figures and accessories. Here at the bottom, we do have some product information, product parameters, company information, recommended ages for 17 and up, checking hazard for small parts ages 3 and up. Here's a UPC if that helps you at all. This is definitely going to be a very cool review, so you're going to want to stick with me and check out what this thing has to offer. It's just an amazing piece, and it's just going to be a really cool review. So let's get started. So I already have removed the plastic that comes in. So this basically is just a slip cover, and you just have to get a hold of it and pull it out. This has some weight to it, so I'm trying not to rip the packaging if possible. It's kind of tight, really tight. Let me guys see if I can get that out. Okay, so I only got it started. So this is basically what it looks like. It's very, very tight. So you just gotta kind of work it on both sides, and then you're left with a brown box. So usually you just, I'm gonna put it down like this so you guys can see. It's really, really nice. They took an extreme amount of care to packaging this. You have, some nice foam, which I'm gonna use this for my customs, my lockers, or my weapons cases. And then you get this instruction sheet. So fold out. So that shows you all the pieces that you get right there in a quantity. So this is piece A, and you get 20 of those. Those are basically your floor pieces. And then you get to C, that's your C piece, and then you get 2 of those. There's your sides of each of your stair. Obviously you get 2 of those. 2 wall pieces, 2 weapons racks, etc., as you can tell. And on the back here, instructions aren't the greatest. They're all black and white, unfortunately, and you kind of get the idea. I mean, from the picture on the box and this, you can get it built, no problem. If you want to build like this is fully modular. You can build it any way you want. So on the side of the box, I'm not going to wrap all these because it's just, we're going to put it together and then take a look. So that's how those are all done. They put all the same colors. Here's all your floor pieces and your railings. We're going to take a look at it assembled, so don't worry. You're not going to miss out on anything. But some more pieces, and that's how that's all done. And then on the bottom of the box, you get another piece of this great, nice styrofoam. So they put a lot of care in these. So, Joytoy is the only company that continues to improve. They care about their products. They just ain't gonna throw something in a box and charge you money, and then, that's the end of your transaction. So, I highly recommend checking out their products. I'm not affiliated with them. They're not paying me. I enjoy their products. I do these videos for fun. So stay tuned and we're going to take a look at this thing assembled. Okay guys, so here it is all put together. This thing is awesome. Very, very cool. This thing is bigger than I expected. Very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this at close detail. And we're going to take a look at the sections and the parts, playability, and some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little closer. You won't be able to see the top of it, but we'll get to all the parts of the actual playset. Just so I'm trying to get as close as possible. As I do enjoy trying to get the details of my videos, and I think it adds good content for you guys to watch. You guys want to see what this thing's made of, the detail, the sculpt work, the paint. So that's what I'm after. So let's start taking a look at this amazing playset. So my first impressions of this was like, wow, this is super cool. Starting off with the materials. The materials feel great. It's a nice quality plastic. Doesn't feel too soft, too hard. But you're going to want to still use caution with this, because the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to call it, you need like precision assembly when you put this together. Now this is fully modular. You can put this together any way you want. You can put it together just like it's shown, any way you want to put it together, however you see fit. You can buy multiple sets of these. You can build them, from the floor to your ceiling, or even higher than that if you have the initial space in your residence. But the reason I'm saying this is these are a precision fit pieces. So you can't, let's take this for example. You would want to, if you had this hole here, you don't want to come in and go at an angle. It's basically, you want to put your pieces straight in. Like it's like more of a peg system. Put your pieces straight down. Don't put them at an angle where it's not going to fit with your corners and your angles. So just think of like when you're pounding in a nail. You want a straight position so your nail goes in straight. You don't want a crooked nail. It's the same thing with these guys. So if you do that, you shouldn't have any problem. Some of them are very snug, and they're going to get like a snapping sound when you do it, which is good. It's not going to break as long as you're not putting them in at an angle. And also for putting them together, you're going to want to make sure you get as close as you can to the actual two pieces you're trying to assemble. What do I mean by that? Say there's a hole here. So I'll go right here. So I'm going to put this peg in the hole. You don't want to come up here and push down on this until you get that to snap. You are going to break it. You got to use a little bit of common sense with this stuff, because this is meant to be a railing, and this is not going to support all that friction that's inside the hole, and you need the force you're putting on it. So come down here, for example, put your fingers above this and push down onto it right here. So that's one of my suggestions about putting this thing together. Use caution. Don't be scared. There's going to be some snapping sounds. Get as close as you can. Like when you're putting the joints together, like on the corners, push on the corner. Don't push in the middle. If you're trying to put this wall on to this floor, push on the very corner. Have it in the socket here, straight up and down, vertically. Push down. Don't push, and build it in small parts and put it together. So that's best advice I have for the assembly of this. So for me, this is basically what it kind of looks like on the box. Even you've seen it. I don't like the railings here. For me, so if you're playing, if you're on display, it's one thing. You can put them on; they look fantastic together. But if you're going to use this, you're going to play with your purchase, your collectible. These, and I only see the point in these railings. So for me, let's take a look. So if you take these off, which are very easy to push off, as long as you pull from the bottom, and it really opens that up to give you some serious play. So for me, that's what I do. Delauder's in a hurry to get his part done in the video. But that really brings that out, and you can definitely see some play. So I'm going to remove these pieces. I'm going to show you something else I discovered later. I may bring them back. But we're going to talk about fit too here soon. So the ladder, he's in a hurry to get his part done. So the ladder is not a fixed part of this. You can move this thing around anywhere you want. Side, here, up, down, whatever you want to do. These basically, putting this together, my suggestion is this 2 pieces. This whole red piece is the side. You get 2 of those, and then basically all you're going to do is come over here. You're going to start putting the steps on. Obviously, all these steps are the same. Then you have the top piece is thicker. The best way to do it is to take one piece. There's just a peg. It pegs right through here. Put all your steps on one piece, and then bring your other red piece in, fit it in, and then start pushing them down, pushing them down. That's the best way to do it. If you try to do 2 pieces at once, it's just, you definitely can run into risk of breaking it. This is nice, very, very cool. Love the sculpt work on the steps. They have the alternating triangles. If you can see that, looks fantastic. The only thing about this, I would really wish they to put some kind of support here to here. I mean, it's a little bit unsupported, but when it's sitting, it's square and it's fine. But I mean, that's the only my only. Like I said, if I had to pick something out of this that was wrong, this is beautifully painted, very nicely done, incredible, very high quality. Just be careful. Just be known, this is a breaking point, and that's what I'm trying to get across, because we don't want to damage our amazing playset. So let's bring this over here. Take a look at this. So we have the weapons area here, rack. So this is nice and open. I'm gonna bring. See look how much space you have there. That's incredible. If you guys have this quad, for example, from Halo, I mean, look at all that space. Lots of space. Incredible. All right. So, you know, I'm trying to think. Here's the Retrieving Hacks Mighty Steed. I mean, that fits right in there. You have all this space. Incredible space. Okay, so assembling this thing, the best way to do this is basically kind of a section-based playset. So here's a section here, here, and here. So there's 3 panels, 3 back. So if you would take and build a floor, and then you build your wall and your supports on the sides and your top piece, that's one section. Then you basically are mirroring that to this section. These are 2 exactly the same things if you go by the instructions. And then this piece is actually a reverse piece, a piece you build as all one section. And how those are all combined, let's see if we can get it, is on the bottom here. There's these little pieces come in this bag like this. See if I can get one out. Okay, so it kind of look like this. It's almost like it's similar with the higher toys stands. But they have H&I brackets, but this is just like this. And basically, they're here, 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 here. That's the middle piece. And you can build these for eternity if you wanted to, if you had that many pieces. So that's how they're put together like that. They hold really well. So I just want to show you guys how the bases are connected. So this thing is quite big for my area. So I'm basically going to go through it. I wanted to explain how some of these features are working. I've seen different people say different things about, like, for example, this is the watchtower top piece. Peg goes here, and on the instruction has you put this in here. And a lot of people, and they are correct, they're not wrong. But you put this piece here like so, in this hole. And then, since there's 2 pegs, there's nowhere to peg this. This sits here, kind of like offset, and then it can be fanned out if you like. You can swivel these out. It's a little tough, but you can do that. But for this piece in instruction, this really, you can't put this here. So what I'm trying to show you guys is that this is a modular set. So this piece really doesn't have a place. This one's always going to be offset by one hole. So if you guys can see these two holes right here. So if I put that in there, right there, as you can see, it's always offset. That's because this railing is only can be used on a side piece. Let me see down here, you guys can't see up there. From here to here. And I'm trying not to break it, so that's why I'm not pushing it in. But you can see for this to this is one piece. It's only a side piece. Now, I'm thinking they just threw that piece up there because this is a modular piece. You can put this wherever you want to put it, but it really doesn't fit there. It does not. So you can't put it anywhere on the horizontal. It's only on the sides. It doesn't fit here, doesn't fit here. You really can't. You can probably go, nope, it's off a hole. No matter where you are, you're off a hole unless you're going to utilize one of these squares on the side. So these orange pieces are going to be more of a selective piece for you guys, since there's two. But then these ones here are going to be, they have one peg and you can stick them wherever you like. So that's okay. So those are more horizontal, but they're not gonna. This is more for your horizontal pieces here, and they're not as applicable on the sides as the smaller pieces are. So you're gonna want to watch, your pieces. So these are more for horizontal, and these are for your sides. Now you do have, the other gray ones like this. And this can be done on the side and they fit perfectly. And then they fit here on a horizontal for a half piece or on the sides. I think, yeah, maybe not. Yes, they do. So those are half piece for horizontal, full piece for the side, and these are just for the vertical on the side. If I said that correctly, hopefully I did. So let's take a look at some other stuff. So something else I want to mention was when you're putting the roof piece on your watchtower, in the instructions they have you take one of these pieces like this, and they want you to put it here, like so. So, to support this. But I didn't do that because there's no support here. I put my black piece here, and as you can see, solid as a rock. But if you put it here, you're going to have some flimsiness here because there's nothing on the perimeter. You can put both. You do get extra, maybe 5 or 6 pieces of these. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same throughout, but I got an extra 6 pieces. And for me, it makes more sense on the perimeter. It's solid here. You're not going to be putting anything up there technically. I mean, I'm pushing very hard on that. But if I would put that here and then out, this definitely push down. And obviously can break. Okay, some other advice, what I've done for mine. Like I said here, this is one section, that's a section, and that's a section. It's these two pieces here, how they come together. Now, you see how that right here separates? There's nothing supporting that right there. But you can take one of these, I just showed you, because you have extra, and you can, that's why mine does not separate right there. It kind of separates a little bit from the back because I'm really pulling on it. Well, I put one underneath. I didn't put mine on top here because I'm trying to hide it for stability. So let me see if I can spin this around real quick. You guys can see right there under here, I put one. I basically just took this and popped it up under there. And now this does not separate anymore. It is super secure, super sturdy. So that is not in the instructions at anywhere. So that's something I did. And if you're interested in that, then that's a little trick that you're going to learn here on my channel. So you guys are probably wondering what fits in here. Well, let's find out. I'm gonna tell you, it's a decent sized space, but not as much as you would think. So this is about four and a half, best I can tell through the camera, wide. And I think this thing's about 5 and, I can't see that far, about 5 3/8, something like that. Bringing back the Halo quad, if you guys are, if it has this from the new Infinite series, this fits pretty good. The only thing I could tell you is if you guys have the sand armor trailer from the Acid Rain, the trailer just fits. I mean, it scrapes the sides, but if you have the attachment on the back for the motorcycle, it will not go through. It catches right here on these things. So that's about your most you're going to get. You got a little bit more to play with, but you're talking like getting, super tight. Your figure's not going to be able to walk out the side of this thing or anything. Motorcycles would be great. They show a picture with the product images of a quad that Joytoy's been showing, but I think that may be a new product here coming in the future. Let's hope and pray that we do get a very cool quad from Joytoy. It'd look amazing for, I think it comes in the same colors like the Fear Mech and the old 9th Legion. So, but that's how that would look inside there. That's been pretty nice sets. So like I'm not a big fan of the railing for me. So for example, I'm going to, if I decide to do this, I would rather take this one for example, and put it there. Matches up with the warning. So if there's someone pulls in from the, coming back from a mission, they're not going to drive further than you would want them. I think that'd be about the only thing I would ever use for this. Because I do like the open area. Looks very, very cool. This thing here is huge. This is about 16 inches long. You're thinking, wow, that's a lot. Stands about 11, almost 11 and a half on height wise. Almost. So here you get the idea how big this thing is. This is the box it came in. All that was in that box. And then that's not counting all this. And the ladder. So, it's quite large. It's very impressive. It's going to look fantastic on your shelf if you're interested in purchasing it. And the other thing too is like, you put the ladder here, it kind of gets in the way of your weapons racks. But you don't have to put the ladder there. You can use it wherever you want. So let's get to the part everybody's probably interested in. I showed you this area here for the quad. We're going to see how the figures look here. So here's a Master Chief that came with this quad. That's how they scale. That's how they look. I'm going to put the quad in here for fun. Got a lot I want to show you guys in a little bit of time. Here is Jesse. We'll put Master Chief back there. Here's an Acid Rain figure. You can put your camel bots in here. We do know that those are quite larger than other figures. There's your camel bot. Here's some more Acid Rain figures. You got a lot of space there if you want to. You can throw in your ladder. And then we have a character walking up the stairs. Looks really great. Lots of space. I mean, there's 5 figures in there just right now by herself, plus a quad, and you still got plenty of room. Looks very, very cool. And of course, what would it be like not showing you guys any Joytoy figures inside the playset? Looks fantastic. And there's a lot I would love to get to, but you can so much information to provide for you guys. And I think we're going to still want to take a look at the weapons rack and show you what I've learned. I think some more misconceptions of it. So give me 1 second. Here's what a figure looks like in the Watchtower. Looks amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and then we'll remove the figures in the ladder, and I'm gonna take a look at. We're gonna take a look at that weapons rack, and then we'll get back to some more final comparisons with some other figures, and then wrap this up. So something else I wanted to talk about in this video that no one else is doing for you guys. So is this weapon racks. A lot of people are saying that these are just little stubs, and they are. And honestly, I wish they were more like an L-shaped, so you could just walk over and prop these in. And then, but they fall. They're not going to hold them, right? But don't worry, it's going to be okay if you try to do that. The idea for this is not the balanced of weapons, okay? If you do, they're just going to fall over. If you notice there's a stud, no stud, stud, no stud, no stud. I'm sorry, stud, no stud, stud, no stud, stud, no stud, stud. What that is, you want to aim your weapon between the back of your weapon needs to be on between the two studded rails. You're just going to find yourself a little sweet spot that wedges it. They're basically going for a wedge purpose. That's like when you see a lot of product images, you're going to see them like at a different angle, like that. And they are not very secure. It is not the best type of system that they have to offer. At first I kind of thought they wanted you to find a hole like maybe in a trigger here or stock. You just got to find something that that wedges it. But you want to put your gun on the empty rail and then use the studs on top and bottom to find a place to where your shape of weapon fits inside. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple weapons on there and I'll be right back. Okay, now they're on there. They're not very secure, but they're basically either just sitting on the between the two stud rails, or they're just wedged, you know, over a couple different studs. So that's kind of the system. They're going to, some of them, they're not going to, if you're looking for an ideal straight, you know, three down, or however big your weapons are, you're not going to get that very easily. They could have went with some kind of type. If they would have just simply made an L bracket, that would have been perfect. Dude, a lot of people like using little magnets on their weapons. You could add some magnets to the rails and make it more sturdier that way. But that's kind of how it looks as just an overall review of it. Obviously, if you bump it too hard, they're going to fall off. But that's just currently the way it looks. And so the idea is not to try to balance them, to try to find and put your weapons on in between the studs, find a sweet spot, put them up there, hope for the best. So that's the only thing I have for that. So I just wanted to show that to you. So to do some miscommunication, they want you just to like try to balance them on the pegs, and that you want to go between them and wedge them, type of a deal. So that's my best guess. Other than that, I wish they made the L brackets or some other method, but that's how I seem to get the best results, and I wanted to share that with you. So I showed you a couple little bonus sneaks for what I do as an exclusive for watching my video. You know, like putting those little black pieces here, black pieces on top of this watchtower. I want to show you something else. This is both labeled as a watchtower, doesn't have to be. So if you're putting this up against a wall and you're going to build this thing for however big you want it, and you don't like this gappage here, and if you're like me and you want to have that free reign here, so you have all this play space, I'm not going to put my railings here. So if I'm not using them, here's a little trick that I found. If you take this piece, you put it upside down, you can peg it into here. You can peg it into here on the back, and it looks pretty awesome. So I'm going to put that on and I'll show you what I mean. And so there it is. I just flipped the rail upside down. Gives it a very unique looking back to it. You could use the center of two pieces. That's kind of like that unique design for like a little shelf, like a beer bottle or a flask from your Asserane or a pistol to lay on there. It looks really, really cool. I do like that. I think I may utilize that because I will probably put mine towards the wall. But who knows? I mean, you may have it out an opening where you can use, which I haven't showed you yet. I need to show you the back of this, you know, for the exterior of your base. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's the exterior of it. That's the back. So you could use it as a, you know, your exterior, or if it's just put against a wall. But if you put it against the wall, you really can't come in from this side. But there's so much you can do with it. I'm just throwing out suggestions and show you what I've learned, and hope you guys enjoy it. So here's some of the figures. Fortunately, we're running out of time. I like to keep these videos around 30 minutes. We could talk about these and show you tons and tons of examples, but we're not going to because we already got 30 minutes on this video. But as you can see, there is a ton of space. Very, very cool. Highly recommend these. But these on price, these are like $35 from China, not including shipping. A lot of the United States websites are still on pre-order. They're looking on 50 bucks. So you're gonna pay, some more than you normally would if you order from China directly. Highly recommend these. I did say we were going to show off some more figures, but we are currently out of time for our video today. But don't worry, this is going to be working on a new background for my videos, my reviews. I have a bunch of reviews coming up, so please consider subscribing. And you're going to see more. We're going to utilize this more in upcoming videos, so you'll see more Joytoy figures in here. I got a lot of stuff to go over, some new different Joytoy. I have another Halo figure to do, some other cool stuff that's going to be coming up. So please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please share it. Let me know guys what you think about this. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. I'll answer them for you. So this is an amazing piece. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll be seeing this again and many other cool features. Hope all the content I provided for you guys and little tips and tricks helps you when you're putting together your sets. I actually bought two myself, and I think I'm going to do the tower. I'm going to reverse, the left and the right, and put them together to make a bigger upper area for myself. And if I get around to doing that, maybe I'll make a video of it. But I might be just do an overall video whenever I'm completely done, however I decide for my display, which might be a while, because see, my Joytoy has like 5 of these so far, and I bet you they're going to keep making them. These are becoming very, very popular. There's nothing like this on the market. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and I will see you in our next review.